What's going on, YouTube? How we all doing? I just finished a long ass day at work. Just put in 14 hours. We're done. We're heading home now. Started at 8, finished at 11. Started at 7, finished at 11. So 14-hour day. I get 16 hours for that because I'm the man. Not kidding. So yeah, it was a good day. I made $733 today. No, $766 today. Pretty good. I spent like 10 bucks on lunch. That was pretty much it. I am starving right now though. But yeah, it was a long day. I had one job to start off with. I made like 400 bucks, just I think 450 on that job. Then I had a second job that came in later in the day because the crew couldn't finish it. So we went and we did it. And yeah, so the total for the day was $766. It was a good day. I'm pretty happy about that. I'm able to make that much money because, you know, I picked I've noticed that this job pays really well when I started off as a helper. And I knew drivers got paid really well. So it was my goal to become a driver. This way I could get those paychecks. So I worked towards that. It took me about a year and a half to get there. So any of you watching, if you want to increase your income, find a job that gives you that income and then go after it. Do what you have to do to get there. If you want to be a doctor, that's like 8 to 10 years of school right there. You know, if you want to be a commission salesman, start working for Mercedes-Benz dealer, and you know you're gonna be selling expensive cars, so you're gonna get good commission off of that. If you want to make more money, pretty much just find a job that pays you more money, find a position that pays you more, and then go after that position. Because I used to be in the spot where I made 150 to 200 a day as a helper, and like that was decent money I thought at the time, but I saw what the drivers were making. And you know, the guy I worked for, the driver who was essentially my boss for the day, he was making like 500, 600 bucks a day. And I thought that was crazy. I was like, whoa, like if I was making that money, I wouldn't even know what to do with it. I'd probably spend half of it. But now that I'm in that position, I made $766 today. I spent $10 on lunch, and I'm content with that. I'm not trying to spend any more money. You know, I live my life pretty frugally. I got a $1,000 car. You know, I could easily afford any car I really want, but I don't need to do that because my philosophy is you shouldn't buy a car unless you could. I mean, I said before it should be like 1% of your income. It's a little extreme, but you shouldn't get a car unless you could buy it like 4 or 5 times. So a lot of people I know have $30,000, $40,000 cars, so you should have like $200,000 saved up easily if you want to buy that car, because a car shouldn't be more than you have. And a lot of people have $40,000 cars without even having $40,000 saved up. I don't think that's a smart move. So yeah, I live my life pretty frugally. This road's closed. You gotta be kidding me. Guess we're going this way. The road is closed. I have to make a right on. So today was a good day at work. I had fun overall. We had one new guy and 2 experienced guys, so we had 4 guys overall. I had I got to train the new guy today, as I always do. I always have a new guy I got to train. That's the responsibility I took on as being a trainer and a manager. Also, working at this company, I decided I didn't just want to, you know, because you don't get a set schedule, so you kind of get put on by the manager. I decided I didn't want to rely on the manager putting me on for work. So I wanted to become the manager, and that's what I did. I worked my butt off and I became the manager. This way I knew when I would be working, and now I'm the guy who puts other people on. You know, all of you working probably have managers, so why not strive to be the manager? You know, so you're the person in control. You dictate how much you work, how much money you make. Not necessarily how much money you make, but you increase your income. So if you're in a job right now where there's someone above you, strive to be that person. It took me about a year to become manager after I decided I want to do it. And I worked every day towards that. I would get to work, I would beat the manager to work, and I would start doing his job essentially. So his job was to, in the morning at least, pull out all the trucks, warm them up, make sure they had the proper equipment for the day. So I didn't even have a car at the time. I would ride my bike to work in all types of weather, snow, rain, blazing hot weather. I would get to the yard dripping in rain. I'd be drenched. I'd get to the yard sweating because it was so hot out. I'd get there freezing cold because it was snowing, and I would crash my bike like 5 times on the way. But the goal was to always beat the manager there. This way, you know, I showed that I could have his position. And I also knew he was not leaving, but he was gonna take over his own location. So there was gonna be a need for a manager. So I said, hey, let me shoot for this. Let me show them that I will be the next manager. And that's what I did. Every single day for about 9 months, I beat the manager there. And I would warm up all the trucks. I did it so well that the manager even stopped going to the yard. He wouldn't even go there anymore because he knew I would be there. And he got to sleep in an extra 20-30 minutes. And he would just go right to the spot to meet all the guys. Because we have a yard where all the drivers go and get their trucks, get their work for the day. And then we meet everyone at the spot where all the workers go. So the manager stopped going to the yard because he knew I would be there. And he went to the spot instead. And then when it came time for him to move on to his own location, they asked someone else first if they wanted to be manager. They actually asked 2 people if they wanted to be manager first, and they both said no, they didn't want to do it because they were drivers. Drivers get paid good money, so I understand their decision. But my name was always thrown around because 2 of the managers noticed that I was always there, always, you know, just going above and beyond to show that I could handle this. And I told my manager, who trained me and who I was kind of doing his job for, that I wanted to take that position. So he put in a good word for me to the owner, and the owner decided to go with me. So I sat down, I had a meeting with the owner, we discussed what my salary was going to be, and he offered a lower salary than I wanted, so I came back with my offer, and we ended up settling somewhere in between. And yeah, I ended up getting the manager position, which was pretty good. I was making like $2,000 a week as a manager, and I didn't have to lift nothing. And then some days I would work on the truck too, so I'd make money for working on the truck as well. So it was good, and that was something I wanted, so I worked towards it, and I accomplished it, which was a great feeling. And a lot of my friends at the company, you know, they noticed it, they respected it, and it is what it is. You know, I became manager because I worked my butt off for it, and now I'm reaping the rewards. So now I got to think, what do I want next? You know, what do I want to accomplish next? And I got to work towards that now. Could be anything. And it's going to be having my own moving company, because I know I could do that. I already have the experience because I was a manager. So I just got to apply my manager experience to that, and I will have my own moving company growing while still working at this one. So that's the goal. You know, if you got something out of this video, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. Just know that whatever position you want in life, you could get it. You just have to work towards it and gain it. So be focused, dial in, decide what you want, and then work towards it and be patient, because it takes time. You know, I could have gave up at any point, but I stayed consistent. I always beat the manager there. I always showed that this is my position. Got reviews every single day. We had review contests. I was beating the second place person by double. So I was just getting reviews on reviews on reviews. So the boss would get a message every time someone got a review. It would always say my name, because I would write my name first in the reviews. So boom, boom, boom. That's how it's done, guys. Be consistent, work hard, and go get it. All right, peace. Have a good day.